Hi everyone. We'd just like to take this opportunity today to say hello and tell you that we are still here for you, despite the fact that we can't get out to Zambia to see you. I'm here with Leah, one of our volunteers, who's kindly been helping me continue on with the charity. We are in a pretty bad state here in the UK and in Spain, where Leah lives, as regards the number of coronavirus cases. But we are still carrying on the butterfly tree as normal, and we are here to raise funds and awareness and to help you wherever possible. First of all, we want to reach out to our volunteers and our trustees in Zambia and say a massive thank you for all that you are doing. We hope and pray that you are keeping safe. We have provided you with all the guidelines and the sanitizing gel, so we hope you're putting it to good use, which I'm sure you are. And to thank you for doing all the food distributions. We realise that in Zambia it's very tough for you at the moment, particularly in Makuni village, where people are suffering from food shortages. Like everywhere in the world, Zambia is suffering with the tourist industry, all the hotels, the lodges, and of course the curio market and the visits to Makuni village have had to stop. But it's only temporary, and we will help you get back on your feet once this terrible pandemic has passed. So we are doing everything we can to support you. It's not as easy as normal because there's a lot of need here in our own countries, but we are still raising money to provide your clinics, which we have been doing with equipment, with hand sanitizing, gel, disinfectant, soap, and masks, and we've been able to reach out to about 20 clinics so far, and also the food distribution. I think over the last 2 days we're providing 1,000 bags of roller meal to people in Makuni, in Sakuti, and also in Musagatwane community, so that those who are suffering because they are out of work, they've been laid off because of the pandemic, but generally people who are still suffering from the effects of the drought. We're pleased that the rains finally came and hope that a lot of you have crops ready to harvest shortly. But in the meantime, we are helping out as many people as possible. But we want you to be really, really prepared for if COVID-19, the coronavirus, does reach some of the rural areas. The volunteers have been amazing at spreading the awareness campaign, which we've managed to reach out to people all over Zambia through other NGOs, through our volunteers, through the Ministry of Health, who have approved the flyer that we've been publishing. So please continue with this. Don't get relaxing the measures. So social distancing, one of the most important things you can do. Keep away from people so that if they do cough or sneeze, you're not in the line of target. The other thing which Zambians love doing and is so endearing is this greeting. It's something I really love so much about Zambians, is that you always have time to talk to people, you shake hands and you greet people. But I'm sorry, this really has to stop. And I'm told that people are still doing it through habit, not intentionally, but you must stop it, only temporarily. But it's one of the easiest ways of spreading germs, because if you're shaking somebody's hand and then they touch their hand, they touch their face, if they touch their mouth or their eyes or the nose, and you have the virus, then they could contract it from you. And then they go on and shake somebody else's hand, and it just goes on and on. But Zambia are doing a great job so far keeping the number of cases down. I'm in touch on a daily basis with the Ministry of Health, and they're keeping me up to date with the number of cases and where they are. So please just remember that we are here for you. A lot of you are in contact with us and trying to contact us on social media, but we can't answer everybody. We're just too busy raising money for you. So we will have our set volunteers and trustees who we will continue to communicate with. And as always, we'll keep you updated on a daily basis with the progress we're making for the butterfly tree. So I'd like to hand you over to Leah now, because she's got a few more things she'd like to point out to you, and hopefully it'll be helpful.
Thank you, Jane. What a nice surprise. This has to be the first of many more, I'm sure. So hello, everybody. And it's nice to see you. I wish I was there in Zambia. And just to, one, say thank you for all that you're doing, helping to prevent the spread of COVID-19 and to raise awareness of this. And stop shaking hands, everyone. Yeah, that's my order. Just no shaking hands. You can eventually when this is all over. And Jane and I just thought this would be so lovely just to send our thoughts to you and say we are thinking of you. And you know, this is the way that we can spread a message to you and send you some virtual support. So things I wanted to say are, one, this is a tough time. It is very difficult, and it's difficult for everybody, and everyone's going to be experiencing such varied emotions that they haven't experienced before: anger, sadness, fear, uncertainty, etc., etc. Everyone's going to deal with this differently, and that's okay. This is unusual and it is uncertain. So first off, emotions are okay. They can be good and they can be bad if too many. And if your emotions get overwhelming, then reach out to us. We're here for you. And I wanted to say, you know, togetherness is so important, but being together at the moment with people outside of your home is dangerous and it can spread the virus. So try and keep that connection in any way that you can, as long as it's not within 2 meters of each other, because connection, that human element of just being people and socializing is so important. So do reach out online when you can, and do talk to friends and family that are close to you and in your home that you can speak to. Keeping quiet and keeping closed about our emotions doesn't help. So it's good to speak out. And remember that in every situation that life throws at us, we can find meaning and purpose in it. And what I mean by that is we have to treat every moment and make the most of it, and realize that this is happening all across the world and we all have a role to play. And even if that role is for you just to become more comfortable with yourself and to find time to learn more about you and who you actually are and what you value and what your dreams are and what your vision for the future is and your purpose here. So use this time to reflect on, you know, all the achievements and successes you've made so far, all the amazing stuff that you're doing. You know, you're helping to change lives, and give yourself a bit of praise and some self-gratitude, definitely. And during a time like this, it's easy to focus on the negatives. Yes, people are potentially dying. They are dying. And it's very sad and it hurts, but there are also opportunities and positives in a time like this. So do reflect on those as well. And look after you, because I know what you're all like. Our volunteers are amazing and they work really hard. And could be working a bit too hard. So remember to put yourself first, look after yourself. And on that note, a lot of our young volunteers know that I'm a youth mentor and coach. I did some training in Zambia. Look, I'm here and I am offering any completely free crisis coaching for our young volunteers in Zambia and in the UK and elsewhere. So if you're a butterfly tree volunteer, please do contact me if you want some support, you want someone to talk to. That's what I'm here for. You know how to email me, you can message me on Facebook and we'll work this out. Even if it's text message coaching, I'm up for it. I can do that. I'm always up for a challenge, so let's try. And also remember that other people are going to be going through different feelings and emotions as well. So try to understand them. Don't judge, which I know you wouldn't anyway, but never presume what someone is thinking or feeling. Ask them, try to understand them. The beauty of conversation and just listening is really helpful at a time like this. And it won't be forever. That is a definite. This won't be forever. So stay strong, stay safe, and support each other, please. And as soon as we've been doing this in the UK and Spain and everywhere, Jane, I reckon we should clap our amazing volunteers, don't you? Clap for them. You are fantastic. Sorry, that was probably a racket on the microphone, but you are amazing. We're here for you, and just keep spreading the word and doing your fabulous things. Thank you. Jane, over to you. There's one last thing you'd like to say.
What can I say, Leah? As always, you are so enthusiastic and so willing to help other people. So thank you very much, and a clap to you as one of our volunteers. But Leah's absolutely right. This is a time, especially if you're feeling with anxiety, which I've done myself. I mean, we've all been hit so hard with this. It's come out of the blue, totally unexpected. Nobody was prepared for it in any way. And it knocks you for six. I got to admit that I was incredibly anxious to begin with. But one thing I've learned is to do breathing exercises, which I've learned in the past to do if I've had some stressful periods, and just very simple deep breathing exercise. If you're lying awake at night and you're feeling very anxious and scared that the coronavirus is going to come to your village, then just do some simple breathing exercises. Breathe into the count of 4, hold to the count of 4, and breathe out to the count of 4. If you do that 3 times, it'll stabilize your breathing so that you're not breathing too quickly and you're feeling panicky. And that's one way of helping. And also, instead of constantly thinking about the coronavirus and what it's doing, what it's killing so many people around the world, think about happy times. Think about, as volunteers, when I've been out in Zambia, what fun we've had together. But not just for the volunteers, for anybody. Remember people that you've had fun with, or places you've been to, or just doing a workshop that's been a fun part of it, when you've done your drama and singing. And just think, that can soon happen again. And don't forget that, never forget that we will get through this. And as Leah said, it's a time to reflect. And for us, we need to show empathy to you, because this is new to us. You have had a lot of suffering over the years with malaria, the loss of people from malaria, the loss of people from HIV and AIDS. So this is tough for you to take this on top of everything else, because also in the last 12 months, you've suffered badly from a drought. But you've got through that. The rains finally came. We were able to help you with food distributions along with other NGOs. So you got through that. So let's get through this together and never, ever give up hope. And I will do everything I can to get back to Zambia as soon as it is safe for me to travel.
Thank you, Jane. As Jane said, never ever give up hope. And we will be making a recording for you regularly, hopefully every Friday. I've convinced Jane. I did a good job, hey? So every Friday we will post a new video message for you. Stay safe, stay strong, and take care, and always have hope. Bye, everyone. Bye.